I am Ria-Flor a Doctor of Education student enrolled in the subject Educ 601, Theories and Models in Educational Management with Dr. Erwin P. Lacanlale as the professor. This discussion delves into the topic Managerial Leadership, the Filipino Style. Have you been in a restaurant and once called the manager to ask something? How did the manager attend to your concern? What type of manager is he? Is he a manager by Kayod or a manager by Lusot? In this video presentation, we will dig deeper into Pinoy management styles and focus on the characteristics of the two most prevalently practiced styles in the Philippines, the manager by Kayod and the manager by Lusot. The manager by Kayod is also known as the realist, while the manager by Lusot also goes by the term the opportunist. Before we proceed, here are the objectives of the discussion. Discuss Pinoy or Filipino management style, explain the types of Pinoy or Filipino management style, compare and illustrate the characteristics of Filipino managers, and differentiate manager by Kayod and the manager by Lusot. The discussion is divided into three parts, namely Pinoy management styles, types of Pinoy management styles, and the characteristics of Pinoy managers' practices. The last part will present a review of the case studies related to the topic at hand. For our first point, Pinoy is a coined term by Filipino Americans relating to the Philippines, such as Pinoy festivals, Pinoy dish, or Pinoy culture. It also refers to a person of Filipino origin or descent. Hence, it is often used to refer to the management approaches and practices adopted by Filipino managers. It is the unique approach to management and leadership that is practiced in the country. Having been mentioned that Pinoy management style is uniquely Filipino, here are some of the key characteristics of Pinoy managers. Strong emphasis on personal relationships and connections, collaborative decision making and consensus building, respect for authority figures and seniority in the workplace, flexible and adaptable approach to problem solving, emphasis on building and maintaining harmonious relationship in the workplace. Furthermore, Pinoy managers are inclusive and participatory approach to leadership, high value placed on loyalty and commitment to the organization and its leaders, willingness to work long hours and go the extra mile to achieve organizational goals, and having strong sense of community and family-oriented values that extend to the workplace. Overall, the Pinoy management style emphasizes the importance of personal relationships, collaboration, and inclusivity in the workplace, and it reflects the cultural values and traditions of the Philippines. After discussing the concept of Pinoy management style, the next part of this presentation is the types of Pinoy management style. Generally, Pinoy managers highlight the emphasis on importance on maintaining the harmonious relationships, building strong communities, and achieving organizational goals through resourcefulness and ingenuity. This means that Pinoy managers value connections, linkages, partnerships, and excellence in service. In 1986, Ernesto Franco, a management expert, identifies the general styles of Pinoy managers. We have the manager by ugnayan or reconciler, manager by kayod or realist, manager by lusot or opportunist, manager by oido or listener, and manager by libro or idealist. To get to know each of them, let's pull in their identification cards. The first ID is from the manager by libro or book in English. He is known as the idealist. As a manager, he is a thinker and a technocrat, is meticulous, cautious, stubborn, planning oriented, and systematic. He strives for professional performance, thinks first before deciding, seeks quality results, and has high ideals. The idealist always moves by the book and is a perfectionist. The next ID card belongs to the manager by Oido, from the root word oir or to listen. He is known to be a listener and a self taught manager. His managerial skills are learned by oido or by ear. He has a vast field of practical experience to compensate for his lack of formal management education. He is the opposite of the libro manager. The manager by oido lives up to the quote, experience is the best teacher. Based on his ID card, the manager by ugnayan from the root word ugnay, which means connect, is known as the reconciler. He is a cross of idealist and a realist manager, believes in contingency management, is solid, shares his knowledge, and has excellent behavioral skills. He is someone who works hard, leads and connects others, and follows the rule, but he has a lot of alternative plans tucked in his sleeves in case Plan A did not work out. Lastly, we are going to differentiate the manager by Kayod and the manager by Lusot. Let us see how a realist and an opportunist manage their people. Let's pull in their ID cards. The manager by Kayod's ID card says he is a realist. As a manager, his personality includes the urge to have quick action, has gut feeling, is oriented or priority oriented, strives for optimal performance, knows how to use people and resources, cuts problems down to manageable size. He is practical, a fast decision maker, impatient, and shrewd or practically clever. Meanwhile, the manager by Losot's ID card tells us that he is a gambler and can be described as a loose cannon since he is a willy-nilly or a little bit spontaneous. He loves to get by, likes to resort to shaky or risky deals to achieve easy settlements and avoid headaches or challenges. Now that we know the types of Pinoy management styles, we will be acquainted with the characteristics of Pinoy managers' practices since they also differ in terms of how they take in people and how they act during the implementation of their plans, projects, and activities. First is the recruitment process or the means or ways managers have to take to hire or take in people. For the managers by Lusot or opportunists, they headhunt. This means that opportunists had to involve themselves in networking with industry professionals, advertising jobs openings through appropriate channels, and actively seeking out talented and qualified candidates who may be a good fit for the organization. For the realist manager or kayod, he applies the jungle method. That is, he pits the candidates against each other, and whoever survives is the considered one, and he is therefore the fittest to be hired in the organization. For the idealist manager, he may be up for high quality candidates with suitable degrees and training. He then looks into the people's educational and professional background to learn his abilities and decide if he is fit to be part of the team. Then we have the reconciler manager. who gets partly experienced applicants, tries them out, and screens them meticulously. He is the type of manager who sees potential and turns it into an asset to the organization. In this part, we will discuss how managers act during the implementation of their plans, projects, programs, and activities. For the realist, as a manager, does, evaluates, plans a little, and does. Meanwhile, the idealist manager plans a lot, does, evaluate, and then replans a lot. Moreover, the opportunist manager plans, does, does again and again. He tries and tries until he succeeds. For the reconciler, a reconciler manager evaluates, plans, does, and at the same time evaluates again. Now, let us discuss the two different management styles, namely manager by Kayod and manager by Lusot. A manager by Kayod is hardworking, diligent, and focused on achieving results through hard work and perseverance. He is often seen as a role model for his or her subordinates. On recruitment, he is more likely to hire individuals who demonstrate a strong work ethics and a willingness to put in long hours to get the job done. He looks for candidates who have specific skills and qualifications that are needed for the job at hand. This may be reflected in the types of questions that are asked during the interview, such as inquiries about the applicant's work history, willingness to work overtime, and the ability to handle high volume of work. Overall, a manager may take a more traditional and pragmatic approach to recruitment and hiring, prioritizing the needs of the business and the ability of the candidates to perform their job and duties effectively. The manager by Kayod as an implementer may take the following actions. 1. Set clear and specific goals. Create a detailed plan of action. Assign responsibilities to his members. Monitor the progress made, and adapt to changes. Next is the manager by Lusot. He relies on connections and smooth talking and charm to get things done. He may prioritize networking and relationship building over actual work. A manager by Lusot is a style that is characterized by a focus on people oriented leadership, which emphasizes building strong relationships with employees and fostering a positive work environment. On taking in people, he may be more likely to hire passionate individuals who demonstrate a strong potential to work collaboratively with others and possess a positive attitude. He may also value their diversity and inclusivity in the hiring process. During the interview process, a manager by Losot may ask questions that focus on the applicant's communication skills, teamwork abilities, and emotional intelligence. He seeks to create a team with a variety of backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives. This may involve actively recruiting from underrepresented groups and evaluating candidates based on their ability to contribute to a positive and inclusive work environment. As an implementer, he may take the following actions: engage employees in the planning process, focus on communication, create a positive work environment, provide support and resources, and monitor progress and adapt. Overall, a manager by Lusot may take a more holistic and compassionate approach to recruitment and hiring, emphasizing the needs of both business and individual employee. By building strong relationships and prioritizing the employee's well being, a manager by Lusot may be able to create a motivated, loyal, and high performing team. To add to this, we have here recent case studies about Pinoy management style viewed through the lens of the Philippine education. Espinosa and Chan 2020, Alcid 2019, and Aguilar 2019 reported the positive outcome of using Pinoy management style, where Pinoy managers and school heads tend to use a combination of transactional and transactional leadership styles, relying heavily on personal relationships and indirect communication in their management approach that emphasizes flexibility, adaptability, cultural sensitivity, and understanding. Furthermore, school heads who use Pinoy management style effectively in an educational context were perceived positively as higher levels of job satisfaction, motivation, and commitment among teachers were reported. On the other hand, Hizon, Lirio, 2016 and 2020 reported that some unfavorable results in the use of Pinoy management style. The studies revealed that Pinoy management style has been associated with negative outcomes in two key areas, such as issues of fairness and accountability, with teachers perceiving favoritism and inconsistent decision making from school heads, and issues of workload support and recognition, with teachers feeling unsupported and undervalued in their work. Ocampo and Gallardo 2018, Castro and Ballesteros 2019 also studied Manager by Kayod and Manager by Lusot. They found out that Manager by Kayod is associated with a leadership style that prioritizes task completion and giving directives, while Manager by Lusot is linked to a leadership style that focuses on people and encourage participation. Moreover, Manager by Kayod is more likely to lead to short-term measurable results such as increased productivity and efficiency, while Manager by Lusot is more likely to result in a long-term intangible outcomes like employee satisfaction and loyalty. In summary, Pinoy management style is commonly observed in the Philippines, hence it is uniquely Filipino or Pinoy. It is influenced by the cultural values and traditions of the Filipino people. Manager by Kayod may be more effective in situations that require a strong work ethics, attention to details, and a focus on achieving tangible results. Meanwhile, Manager by Lusot may be more effective in situations that require a high degree of interpersonal skills. It's important to note that these are generalizations and stereotypes, and not all managers fit neatly into one category or the other. Additionally, different management styles may be more effective in different situations or industries. Before this presentation ends, let me share a quote from Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling, spoken by the character Albus Dumbledore, headmaster of Hogwarts. As the head of an organization, we must not be the wall that divides our people, but the light that guides them towards our common goals. J.K. Rowling says, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. I am Ria-Flor V. Valdos, your discussant on managerial leadership, the Filipino style, focusing on the manager by Kayod and Lusot. Thank you so much for your indulgence.